Hello guys, and welcome to today's video where I'll be running you through the evolution of the Royal High Journal throughout the game's history. If you end up liking this video and want me to make more Royal High evolution videos, then comment below what thing you'd want to see the evolution of next, and make sure you're subscribed to not miss them. Now, let's head to Campus 1. Now, clicking on the backpack button at the top will bring you to your journal. You can see here. There is absolutely no customization you can do to this journal, nor can you interact with it, but it does say your username up here. And we have 4 buttons at the side. We have journal, homework, to do, and locker. And then we also have the option to close the journal here. Now, heading into journal, we have this, which you may recognise from the Campus 3 journal. Here you can write down whatever you want, and other players cannot see this. This is only for you to see, and as you can see, it encourages you to write down important reminders, any songs for the piano, and you can see here it's just saying about journaling to improve memory and to set and achieve goals. And really, the game just wants you to use this journal as like a diary, and as you can see, there's like 26 pages you can use here. Now the homework button, we all know the homework button, unless you end up using the computers to do the homework. To do is just like a little notepad, as you see here, it says notepad at the top. Again, no one else can see this, and you only get 2 pages to use. So you kind of just get 2 sticky notes. And the last button for the journal is here, and it gives you a little bit to write down your locker combination. And then just like a little notes thing. I don't really know what you'd use this for. Perhaps if you wanted to write down like what you wanted to buy for your locker, I suppose. But hey, lockers could be another video, so I won't really go in depth on that. So yeah, this was the journal in 2017, which was introduced with Campus 1. This was not a feature when the game was just Enchantix. Now, let's head over to Campus 2. Now, in Campus 2, which was made a couple of months after Campus 1, the backpack, again, the journal is completely identical to the one in Campus 1, but there was actually another feature. So, as I've already explained, the journal here is completely private, no other player can see this. But there was actually a different thing that players would be able to see if they clicked on your character, and this was known as the profile. So if you've ever wondered why when you go in dress up, the edit journal button is referred to as profile, or maybe if you've gone in shopping and seen that on the paintbrush pass it says here, make a colourful unique profile, that's because there was something called a profile before the journals that we are familiar with today. Now, unfortunately, I don't know how early this profile was in the game for. I do know that it was at least there for Halloween 2018, since there is footage of YouTubers clicking on other players to give them the candy for the event. But unfortunately the profiles just weren't something that YouTubers would cover anyway, so it's really hard to find footage of these profiles is what I'm saying. So I don't know how long they had been in the game for, but the profiles were removed when the journals were added on June 17th of 2020. Now here's what the profiles would look like, and this is what you'd see when you clicked on another player. So it'd be like, oh, you're looking at, and then like their Roblox username, and then it would give you the option to view the profile. So as you can see here, you have like the roleplay name at the top. Then you have this little thing that would have a scroller bar here, and you could look at all the badges they had, and yeah, it would only display 4 at a time without you actually scrolling. Then you'd be given a box for bio. By the way, you wouldn't be able to change these emojis here, these emojis stayed the same. There was no customization to the profiles except for changing the colours of the background and then also the boxes if you had the paintbrush pass. So yeah, there was bio, likes, talents, best friend, and I believe favourite school subject. I don't remember if there was a box for dislikes. I personally remember there being one, but again, I'm not sure. Here's another one that was sent in. As you can see, there's like a little edit profile button at the top if you were looking at your own one. And here's another one. And as you can see, when you hovered over any of the badges, it would tell you what the badge was. Here's a few of my own photos that I was able to dig up. Honestly, I can't even tell you what's happening in this screenshot. This was from 2020 when Trading Hub was still new. Here's another one. Oh, a thing that I forgot to mention is you can see the Roblox username at the bottom there. And then of course the entire roleplay name would be shown up there. Oh, and you can actually see the little scroller bar for the badges there as well. And then here's what it would look like if you clicked on a player in the Trading Hub. So you can see view profile and trade. And yeah, sometimes people would just write really stupid things. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you remember profiles. Because when I made a post on Twitter, there were quite a few people who just didn't know what I was talking about. Or people who just didn't remember the profiles until they saw the screenshots of them. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you actually remember those or if I unlocked a memory for you. Then next up we have this journal, which as I mentioned was added in June 2020. And this was technically the first journal that other players could look at. And it was also the most customizable of them all. So my journal's gotten a little bit messed up from me decorating my Campus 3 journal. But just looking at the front, you have your roleplay name, you have a profile picture that you can change, of course there's stickers, you can change the colour of the entire journal, you have your royal age as well here, which unfortunately for us older players doesn't say our exact date of joining. So for anyone wondering why some people have approximate next to their age, it's because this is based off of when they got their first badge in the game. Because Royale High didn't start tracking people joining until I think 2019. So anyone who joined in 2017 or 2018 or like early 2019, they'll just have their age based off of the first badge they got. Then we have the button to open the journal, but I think you can also do it if you just click on the lock here. And then of course there's the ask to trade button. You have your Roblox name down here. And going to the first page, you can see all the badges that someone has won. And then it gives you quite a few pages to just write down whatever you want. And it gives you a bunch of questions to answer, which anyone who doesn't have the paintbrush pass tend to use it like how I have, where you can't actually see the questions, so it just looks like I'm writing every other line. There are also a bunch of sticker packs you can use via a game pass, and you can only put 450 stickers on your journal. I say that like it's not a lot, but honestly, 450, if anyone's even hit that, their journal will have no words in it. It's just gonna be like covered. Oh my gosh, double journal. Yeah, I don't even want to know what a journal would look like with 450 stickers in it. Then you have a button to like change the colours of the journal if you have the paintbrush pass, and then you have reset journal button as well. Now onto the final journal of the evolution is of course the planner that you get in Campus 3. So it's no longer known as the journal, it is now the diary planner, and this is basically a hybrid of all the other journals that I've shown you this far in the video. So clicking on it, it doesn't look too far off from the previous journal, but you can use patterns on the cover now, and you can see that the layout is, well, different. You have a friend request button here, there's a button here to see what the person is wearing, There is also the trade button there. You can now like other people's journals now as well. And just the layout down here is different. So it says your Roblox username. You have your level here, which is now known as a grade level. I still don't really know what this one is. I think this is supposed to be your join date. But for some reason mine's based off of when I got the Sunset Island, like day 1 badge. I don't really understand this, because it's not based off of my first badge anymore, it's based off of when I got the day 1 of Sunset Island. Then you have total class time down here. So I have 26 days and 4 hours, which makes me a new student, but this does change when you begin to get the badges. And opening the journal up, we're now in the diary bit, which is very similar, if not the exact same, to the journal that we had in the previous version of the game. So this bit is all the same except for a slight layout change, and of course the ability to put patterns on the covers. This is the end. Once you're at the end of the diary, you're immediately in the planner section of the notebook, I guess. Here you have your quests, which these change every hour if you don't end up doing them, and you can unlock more slots with achievements. Over here we have our self-care needs, which you can also see at the top here, but we now have hunger, hygiene and energy. Then we have the daily schedule, which you'll recognise with the wheel, the daily login and the fountain. But there is also a 4th one now for tidy textbooks. And then here is the Sparkly Star achievements, which are basically level rewards. And there's 2 types of level rewards. There's ones that you unlock for gaining a certain amount of levels, and then others that you unlock at certain levels, if that makes sense. So you unlock this at level 25, but you unlock this one for gaining 20 levels. Then you also have this page here, which is your stats and awards, and this contains a whole lot of information that literally anyone who clicks on your planner can see. Like, it tells you if you have a crowned royalty badge, your login streak, quests as well. It also shows stats for mini games, how many chests you found, Supreme Royalty Campus 2 wins, trades made, like Game Pass is owned. There is so much in here. It even tells you if the players got the music muted as well. Tells you stuff about the Fountain and Halos, Wheel of Divinia, how many items you're missing from each wave, how many times you've won death. Then you've also got like rainy day classroom stats. There's art class here as well, Sunset Island, archery class, basketball, dress up. It tells you how many like dress up items you own. You've got furniture here, and then right at the bottom here, special currency. And this page here is blank. I'm not really sure why, or like what they'd put here in the future. But moving on to the journal, this is the only part that players can see. The rest of this is completely private to you. No other player can see this part. And this journal part is basically like the journal you see in Campus 1 and 2 in the backpack button, just a little bit more detailed. So here you can see there is to-do lists, which I think you can tick them off as well, and then you can erase them and untick that. You can set some goals as well. Again, you've got like the little check mark. On the next page you have weekly plans, so you can like lay out your week. And then the next page has a custom checklist on it, so you can write the title here and basically do your own checklist there, which is pretty cute. And then there's a few post-it notes, which you actually see these throughout the entire journal. So if I go back to diary, look, you can see those post-it notes sticking out the back. And then the next page is what you saw in the Campus 1 and 2 journals. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the writing here is extremely similar. Of course, this one mentions stickers, and oh no, it does mention the piano there. Oh wait, that means there's probably a piano somewhere in the new school. And yeah, you are given how many pages of the private journal? Ooh. Oh man, I don't think there's a limit. Is there? 100. You are given 100 pages of the private journal. That is a lot. Like, you are planning your entire real life in this thing. Who needs those, like, digital journaling apps when you have Royal High? You just gotta hope that Roblox isn't down when you really need to journal. Oh, and one last thing to mention as well is that it actually shows other people that you're in your journal. This isn't something that you can see in the previous campuses. There is no indication when players are looking in journals. So this is completely new to Campus 3. And if we have a little look, we can see that the page is on the weekly planner page of the journal. And this does not change depending on which page you're on. It will always show the weekly plans page. I've also noticed that the pen will be whatever colour you set the cover to, which in my case I have the pattern. So I have a little patterned pen. But it is interesting, you can see the journal, how you've decorated it. The only thing that isn't on there are the stickers. But you can see what my icon or profile picture is. You can see the colours I've set my journal to. You can also see the information there and the amount of likes that I have. The only thing you cannot see are the stickers. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the editing here. So all of this is basically the same here, except for this button down here, which allows you to save notebooks and swap them out. And as you can see, you're given quite a few slots, and I do believe you can unlock more in the achievements. Yep, you can unlock more save slots for your notebooks through the levels, and you can see that it actually flashes green depending on which one you've selected and are using. So yeah, I'd definitely say that the journal in Campus 3 is definitely a step up from what we've had before, hence why it's a evolution, because oh my gosh, this is just totally different. Like, this is all the previous journals just mashed into one with a bunch of new things thrown in. There is a butterfly on my head. I love the butterflies, guys. I absolutely love them. I haven't found anyone who shares the same enthusiasm though. Leave a like if you love the butterflies too. I don't want to be alone. But yeah, that has been my journal evolution video. If you'd like me to make more videos like this on other things, then let me know in the comments. And if you can think of anything in particular that you'd like to see, that you know has been in the game for a while, then just tell me what it is and I'll see if it's changed much over the years. But anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!